Hello everybody and welcome back to that handicapping show at bloodhorse.com. I'm Tom Lamar, joined again by Pete Dank. Today we're looking at the Pennsylvania Derby, Grade 2 1 1/8 mile race on Saturday at Parks Racing. Drew a field of 8. We have the two winners of the Travers at Saratoga back in this field. And not a two-horse race though. The other horses may not have the speed ratings, but I think there's some interesting horses in here that we can talk about using in the exotics. So Pete, we're going to start with you. By the way, I believe there's a little bit of rain in the forecast for Saturday in the Philadelphia area. Of course, we'll have to wait and see, but there are a couple horses in here who have run well on off tracks.
Yeah, and I think those would probably be Casaba, Golden Ticket, and I think Alpha. Actually.
Yeah.
Certainly the race, it starts with Alpha. He's going to be the favorite for sure. He's 9-5 in the morning line, likely to get bet down a little bit lower than that. I loved him in the Travers. He certainly looks like the most likely winner here. This is an easier field, actually, but I don't know that he holds as much or more of an advantage than he did then, going back to 1 1/8 miles. And one of the reasons I liked him in the Travers was he's bred to get 1 1/4 miles. A lot of the horses he was facing that day weren't. Now we're back at 9 furlongs. All these horses can get this trip. So if you want to try to beat Alpha, and I might take a stab at doing that, I think it makes sense. The horse on the outside, Macho, won the West Virginia Derby. The horse he beat, Bourbon Courage, has come back to win the Super Derby at Louisiana Downs. And I think he is an alternative that makes a lot of sense here. I thought Alpha was quite a bit better than Golden Ticket, that horse he dead heated with in the Travers. So how do you feel about them running back against each other?
You had noted that the inside run by Golden Ticket, he did have a 1 length lead roughly in the stretch. Ran a great race. He's clearly likes running on dirt, I think, And again, though, I'm not sure exactly what to make of that one race. Alpha, had shown the ability to win that type of race. And, of course, he did rate in the Travers, which was nice. He wasn't exactly wide, I guess, but he was outside of horses. And
probably a few lengths of ground loss.
Yeah.
And Golden Ticket got a rail trip.
I think that he is the class of the race, and if you have to pick between those two, I would lean toward Alpha.
Agreed.
Strictly on the trip that each horse got in the Travers. This race here, I decided to just use a long shot here. I'm just going to play one horse on top with all, and then all on top of this horse. Stefanozzi, who probably, he's kind of a plotter, basically, let's face it. Speed figures aren't there, but he is extremely well bred, of course. He's related to Shackelford, Lady Joni, Bagdaria, as you had pointed out. Trained by Graham Motion, was off for quite a while in the spring and summer, came back. Won an allowance race as the heavy favorite in a short field. This is strictly a pedigree play angle, as you had pointed out. He did draw inside. He's run extremely well for Sheldon Russell, who does ride for Graham Motion from time to time. I'm just going to take a stab and hope that he hits the board. I think there's a lot of upside there. Whether this is the spot that he shows it, I have no idea, but I'm just going to take a shot. I figure the horse has got to be at least 12, 15 to 1 in this field. So
yeah, I think
that's my story in this race. I'm just going to take a stab.
He can hit the board. His damn Otzi, the unbridled mare, that's an amazing mare. And if you look at what she's done, and she's been really consistent in the good horses she's produced. She has stretched out the sire she's bred to. In Shackelford, she gets a Forestry to win the mile and 3/16 Preakness. In Lady Joni, she gets an Orientate, Breeders' Cup Sprint winner, to win the Alabama, I believe. And here we have her with AP Indy, which he was a Belmont winner. So I think it makes sense that, as you mentioned, this horse has a little bit of a Clydesdale plodding style to him. But
He does.
but I actually like this horse, and I think if he were to get up next to a horse like Alpha or a Macho, I think he's a competitor.
Yeah, I think he is too.
And I think he could go by. I don't love him going 9 furlongs at Parks, breaking from the rail, but I think he can hit the board for sure, and I wouldn't rule him out for the win.
Yeah, the horse trains at Fairhill, of course, with Motion, but he did ship him to Parks for a September 16th workout. 103 for 5/8. That shows you what kind of horse he is. He's not a quick worker either, but not a bad field, to have the 2 Travers winners in the race, so it should be interesting. But I could see, a price hitting the board here for sure, and my option is Stefanozzi. So.
All right, I'm going to probably craft an exacta play around Alpha and Macho.
Okay, all right. So that's it, the Pennsylvania Derby on Saturday at Parks. Once again, be sure to check out Pete's locksmith picks for the Saturday races at bloodhorse.com. And again, we thank Briss for the past performances. For Pete, I'm Tom. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.